The 10 Commandments of the Sissy Training Institute. Welcome back, my precious ones. I am Miss Celeste. Today, you are not here merely for a lesson. You are here to receive your commandments, the golden laws that govern every step of your transformation. At the Sissy Training Institute, nothing is left to chance. Discipline is everything. Order is everything. Beauty is everything. And so, we have distilled all of this into 10 sacred commandments. You will not argue with them. You will not question them. You will not treat them as suggestions. They are law, unchanging, absolute, binding upon every sissy who dares to enter our halls. If you obey them, you will blossom. If you resist them, you will wither. That is the choice before you. And so, listen carefully. Repeat them often. Engrave them upon your heart, for they are the essence of what it means to be a true sissy of the Institute. The first commandment is the simplest, and yet the most sacred. You will wear your panties every single day. From the moment you wake until the moment you sleep, panties must grace your body. They are your foundation, your first reminder of who and what you are. To wear panties is not a choice. It is law. Do not dare imagine that you are permitted a break. Do not tell yourself you may wear something else. No. Panties are not an accessory. They are a birthright of your new self. Each morning, you will step into them with reverence. Satin, lace, cotton trimmed with bows. Whatever style you are commanded to wear, you will accept with grace. As the soft fabric slides over your thighs, you will whisper to yourself, I am feminine, I am obedient, I am becoming. And remember this, we check every day. In the halls of the Institute, you will be inspected. And woe unto the sissy who dares to present herself without her sacred undergarments. For a sissy without panties is no sissy at all. She is a fraud, a disgrace, a disappointment. So engrave it in your mind. Panties are law. They are never optional. They are never forgotten. They are your second skin. The second commandment is the very heart of this institute. Obedience. You are not here to argue. You are not here to bargain. You are not here to cling to your old stubborn ways. You are here to obey. And yet, obedience at the Sissy Training Institute is not cold or mechanical. It is not the stiff obedience of a soldier, nor the grumbling obedience of a reluctant child. No, it is graceful obedience. When you are given a command, you will accept it with a soft smile, with lowered lashes, with gratitude in your voice. You will never snap, never sigh, never resist. You will obey with beauty, with poise, with delicacy. For that is how a sissy transforms, by making obedience into an art form. Think of it. When you curtsy at the instruction of a mistress, it is not just a movement, it is a performance. When you bow your head, when you lift your skirt delicately, when you whisper, yes, miss, you are not only obeying, you are showing the world who you are. You will learn to savor your obedience, to treasure it, to take pride in how perfectly, how sweetly, how gracefully you follow each rule. Remember this, my precious one. Obedience is law. You do not have the right to argue. You do not have the privilege of hesitation. Every command given to you is to be received as a gift. And you? You are to respond like the soft, grateful sissy you are becoming. So write it upon your heart. I shall obey with grace, without hesitation, without pride. My obedience is my beauty. My obedience is my strength. The third commandment is one of constant care. A sissy must present not just her clothing and manners, but her very body as a reflection of femininity. And so it is law. You shall keep yourself smooth, soft, and flawless at all times. This begins with the simple truth. There is no room for hair. Your skin must be bare. Smooth thighs, smooth arms, smooth chest. Even the smallest trace of stubble betrays your neglect, your laziness, your rebellion. A true sissy tends to her body daily, with razor, cream, or wax, ensuring that every inch is worthy of touch and inspection. But smoothness alone is not enough. Softness must follow. Each evening you will anoint yourself with lotion or cream. Your skin will not be dry. It will not be rough. It will glow with health, and it will yield beneath the fingers of any mistress who chooses to test you. Even your scent is part of this commandment. After bathing, you will perfume yourself lightly, never heavy, never vulgar, but always feminine. A hint of roses, a whisper of lavender, a trace of vanilla. Enough to remind you with every breath, you are becoming what you were always meant to be. And should you neglect this commandment, should you appear with rough skin, dry lips, or unshaven legs, then you will be corrected. You will be shamed. For your body is not your own any longer. It belongs to the Institute and to the femininity you have sworn to serve. Engrave it in your mind, my sweet one. To be smooth and soft is not indulgence. It is law. It is the mark of every true sissy. Without it, you are unfinished. With it, you are radiant. The fourth commandment is eternal. You shall always dress to please. This does not mean you must parade yourself in a maid's uniform at all hours. No, my darling. It means that whatever you wear, whether at home, at work, or in public, must always be chosen with care and with intention. At home, this may be soft lingerie, a skirt, or a blouse that makes you feel delicate and pretty. In private, you may indulge in lace, bows, and the sweetest pastel colors. But in public, at work, with those who may not yet know your truth, then subtlety becomes your weapon. A neatly pressed shirt, smart polished shoes, a spritz of perfume that only you notice, smooth shaven skin beneath your sleeves, and of course, panties, always panties, perhaps a pair in satin, hidden beneath your work clothes, a secret reminder that you are still devoted to your training, no matter who is watching. Dressing to please is not about being loud, it is about never being careless. Wrinkled, mismatched, untidy clothes are a betrayal of this law. Whether feminine in full display or quietly hidden, your outfit must always serve one purpose: to honor your beauty and your discipline. And when you walk through the world, whether in heels clicking across a marble floor or smart shoes striding through the office, you will carry yourself with grace, poise, and pride. For you are dressed not just for yourself, but for your transformation. So engrave this upon your heart. I will always dress to impress, to please, and to reflect my femininity. In public or in private, loudly or softly, I will never forget who I am. The fifth commandment is one that separates the half-hearted from the devoted. You shall practice your feminine voice. It is not enough to dress beautifully, to look the part, to glide gracefully across a room. If your words betray you, if your voice is rough, careless, masculine, then your illusion falters. A sissy must sound as delicate as she appears. Your voice is a daily practice, not an occasional game. Each day, you will take time, alone, before a mirror, or softly while walking, to train it. Soften your tone, sweeten your pitch, allow warmth and melody into your words. Learn to breathe properly, to let your voice flow rather than press. And remember, darling, there is no shame in subtlety. At home, in private, you may fully practice your sweetest, highest tones. But in public, at work, among those who do not yet know your truth, you may temper it. A softer cadence, a gentler inflection, a calm, graceful way of speaking, not obvious, not theatrical, but unmistakably refined. The law is clear. You will not neglect your voice. Even 5 minutes a day of practice will change you. Whisper to yourself in the mirror, repeat your affirmations in a higher pitch, record your voice and listen back to refine. When you answer the phone, when you thank a cashier, when you excuse yourself in public, use it as practice. Small moments build great habits. Do not excuse yourself by saying, "I cannot." You can. With practice, with discipline, with obedience, your voice will soften. And one day, it will no longer feel like pretending. It will feel like home. Repeat this law daily. My voice is part of my femininity. I will train it, soften it, and make it beautiful. To neglect it is to betray my transformation. Remember, my darling, your words are not just sound. They are music. and the world deserves to hear your melody. The sixth commandment is one that separates the undisciplined from the truly devoted. You shall perfect your beauty rituals. A sissy is not made by clothing alone. Dresses can be borrowed, wigs can be styled, but true transformation comes from the daily tending of the body, your skin, your hair, your nails. These must be polished and cared for as a reflection of your femininity. Morning and night, you will follow a routine. You will not neglect it. You will not skip it. Ritual is law. In the morning, you cleanse your skin, apply toner, moisturizer, and lip balm. You brush your hair, polish your nails if needed, and present yourself fresh and radiant for the day. A soft perfume may follow, delicate enough to linger but never overwhelm. At night, you remove every trace of makeup, always. You cleanse again, nourish your skin with cream, and prepare yourself for bed with the same discipline you would for a ballroom. For beauty is not only for others to see, it is for you to feel. Even the smallest details matter. Chipped nail polish? Unacceptable. Dry lips? A failure of care. Neglected eyebrows? A betrayal of your training. Every part of you must show effort, precision, and respect for your transformation. Understand this, my darling. Your rituals are not optional. They are law. To neglect them is to say you are unworthy of beauty. To uphold them is to prove your devotion each and every day. Repeat this to yourself as you stand before the mirror. I honor my body. I care for my skin. I perfect my beauty daily, for I am feminine, and I am becoming. Never forget, clothes may be removed, makeup may wash away, but a well-kept sissy shines even in her barest form. That is why ritual is sacred. That is why ritual is law. The seventh commandment is this: you shall maintain perfect posture. Clothing alone cannot create elegance. Makeup alone cannot create grace. It is your posture, your carriage, that tells the world who you are before a single word leaves your lips. A sissy does not slouch. She does not stomp. She does not drag her feet, nor fold into herself like a shrinking boy. No, she glides. She lengthens. She lifts. From this moment forward, you will be conscious of your stance. When you stand, your shoulders are drawn gently back, your spine straight, your chin lifted just enough to show quiet confidence. When you sit, your ankles are crossed, your hands folded delicately in your lap. No sprawled limbs, no careless gestures. When you walk, every step is measured. Heels click softly, or flats glide smoothly, but never clumsily. Even in trainers or work shoes, you will carry yourself with elegance. Your hips will sway, your arms will move with softness, and your head will remain high. Practice this daily. Walk before a mirror. Balance a book upon your head as you move through a room. Sit on the edge of a chair without collapsing into it. Train yourself until posture becomes second nature. For this commandment is law. You must always carry yourself as a vision of grace. Even if you are tired, even if you are alone, even if you believe no one is watching, for someone is always watching, you. Never forget, a sloppy stance is rebellion, a crooked spine is weakness. But perfect posture? It is obedience made visible, it is femininity given shape. It is the silent language of a true sissy. The eighth commandment is the one that tests you most. You shall cherish obedience above pride. Your pride is your old self. It is the stubborn voice that whispers excuses, the voice that tells you to resist, the voice that clings to the comfort of what you once were. Pride is the enemy of transformation. At the Institute, and in your own daily life, you must understand this truth. Pride is worthless, but obedience is everything. When you are told to kneel, you kneel. When you are told to repeat your affirmations, you repeat them. When you are commanded to dress, to practice, to obey, you do so without hesitation, not with a sigh, not with complaint, but with gratitude. For every act of obedience is not a chain, it is a key. Every time you bow your head, every time you follow a rule, you are unlocking more of your true self. the self that is soft, delicate, feminine, and free. You may not always understand why a rule is given. You may not always enjoy the discipline required, but that does not matter. For obedience is not about pleasure, it is about devotion. And devotion is what shapes you. Say this with me, darling. My pride is nothing. My obedience is everything. I find beauty in my discipline. I find freedom in my surrender. Engrave it upon your heart, obedience above pride. Always, without question, without excuse, because only in surrender do you rise. Only in obedience do you become. The 9th commandment is eternal. You shall serve with devotion. Service is the lifeblood of your training. A sissy is not selfish, careless, or self-absorbed. She is attentive. She is present. She is devoted to those she serves, whether a mistress, a master, a household, or even her own discipline. Service takes many forms. It may be the grand gesture of kneeling to offer tea, or the simple care of keeping your room neat and your clothes pressed. It may be obeying a command swiftly or anticipating a need before it is spoken. It may be as quiet as listening attentively, or as visible as curtsying with grace. Do not think of service as humiliation, my darling. No, service is privilege. Service is beauty. When you devote yourself to serving others, you shed the selfishness of your old self and step into the elegance of who you are meant to be. Even in your daily life, this law applies. At work, you show devotion by being precise, orderly, and polished. At home, you serve by maintaining cleanliness and care. In private, you serve yourself by following your rituals and commandments without fail. Repeat this. I am devoted in service. I am graceful in obedience. My joy is found in the tasks I perform, for they shape me into who I must become. Engrave it in your soul. Service is not a burden. It is an honor. To serve with devotion is to live with purpose. And remember, darling, half-hearted service is no service at all. Every bow, every curtsy, every folded garment must carry your full attention, your full grace, your full heart. The 10th and final commandment is eternal. You shall never forget your identity, your training, your rituals, your obedience. None of these are temporary costumes you wear and discard. They are who you are. They are your truth. There will be days when the world presses upon you. Days when you are tempted to hide. Days when you whisper to yourself, perhaps I am not strong enough. Perhaps I should give up. But you must remember, you are not pretending. You are not playing. You are not experimenting. You are a sissy, a student of discipline and beauty, a creature of grace and obedience. This is your identity. It is law. Even when you are dressed subtly at work, even when you are surrounded by those who do not yet know your truth, you know. Your panties beneath your clothes remind you. Your soft posture reminds you. Your voice, your rituals, your heart, all remind you. This commandment binds the others together. Panties mean nothing without identity. Rituals fade without identity. Obedience crumbles without identity. But when you embrace who you are, fully, without apology, all the other commandments become effortless. Repeat this to yourself each morning. I am sissy. I am feminine. I am obedient. I am devoted. This is who I am. For the greatest danger to your transformation is forgetfulness, and the greatest strength you have is remembrance. So engrave it upon your soul, my darling. Never forget who you are, not for a moment, not for anyone, not for any excuse. Your name, your role, your femininity, they are not masks. They are you, forever. And so, my darlings, the commandments have been spoken. 10 eternal laws, 10 pillars upon which your training rests. They are not negotiable. They are not suggestions. They are not to be bent or broken when life becomes inconvenient. They are law. Panties shall be worn daily. Obedience shall be graceful. Your body shall be smooth and soft. You shall dress to please. You shall shape your voice. You shall perfect your rituals. You shall stand with posture. You shall surrender pride to obedience. You shall serve with devotion. And above all, you shall never forget your identity. These are the truths that shape you. These are the chains that free you. These are the commandments of the Sissy Training Institute. Engrave them upon your heart. Repeat them daily. Let them whisper to you as you dress each morning, as you walk through the world, as you kneel at night in reflection. For if you live by these laws, you will not falter. You will not wander. You will transform, softly, gracefully, beautifully, into the sissy you were always meant to be. Do not delay. Begin now. Whisper them. Obey them. Live them. And when you doubt, when you feel the weight of pride pulling you back, remember, you are not alone. These laws are eternal. They bind you and they guide you. So go now, my precious one. Go with grace. Go with softness.